Councillor Hamilton, you mentioned that you made your decision while hanging out with some friends and seeing what was happening on the political landscape, and decided that you wanted to be a part of it and to help direct the destiny of the country, because in politics that's really what is done.
I wouldn't describe it was like. My interest was piqued to find out what it is like.
Okay.
Because you're always watching it from the sense of on television.
Yes.
Growing up in...
You mean as just a spectator?
Just as a spectator. You see it happening all around you. And you're saying, what is it? Because the campaigning, I know, would be to me, it was a fun-loving part. You know, people go out, the music, the excitement, the crowds. So that is where I said I want to be a part of it.
Well, I must say, you know, and as I said before to the viewers, we have known each other for quite a while, and as part of the Cllr family. And I must say that those times when we were a part of the Cllr track team management then, it is close to like, it is a campaign.
Yes.
It is a campaign.
Yes.
Right? Because there are times when you just have to, you know, find out what is the cause of certain things and solve problems on the go with the constant thought in the foreground of your mind, the front of your mind, that, hey, we want to win this, you know? On many occasions, we were victorious, you know?
But we didn't get there overnight. There had to be a lot of tweaking.
Yes.
What the problems were, how to solve it, what to put in place to neglect or to put ourselves forward. So it was a more than just a chemistry thing. Hard work went into making those steps possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Point taken. So that is, so you would say it's not so much, because the thing is, why I have to ask that question is that I asked that question with some of the other interviewees, and some of them mentioned some moments in time for them where they personally experience injustice, and that actually pulled them into politics.
Well, I went through different stages. Like I said, I went to the campaign stage, and I was fortunate to, at that time, to be introduced to Fitz Jackson.
Okay.
You know, one of the persons who I was speaking with knew him on a personal level and said, if you want to get involved, let me
make the connection.
Made the connection. The connection was made. We had a few persons in common. Actually, my mother knew him, used to work with him when he was a hospital administrator at Medical Associates. So, I mean, at that time, he knew my lineage, and I was very keen on me being interested. And, you know, how can I help? What are my forte? What's my forte? And that sort of thing. So I came in as part of the South St. Catherine campaign at that time for the 2002 election. We went walking, I took information, we did data, took the voters list and disseminated certain communities, how many residents live in that community versus how much residents in that community
but we
on
don't
the
reach the
voters
politic
list.
part yet, you know.
No, I'm not into politics, I'm just in the campaign.
All right.
From there now, after the election.
No, what I mean for the interview.
Okay, for the interview. Okay.
All right. My next question, though, is after school, what would have been your first paid job?
First paid job? You're not talking about summer holiday work, right?
No, man.
No, I had got a job working with the Eagle Financial Network.
Okay.
At the Eagle Merchant Bank.
Okay.
This was 1989. Came in at entry level at that point. Did an interview, I was successful, and actually went into a merchant bank, which I found out was different from a commercial bank, but nevertheless, it was interesting work, working in the accounts department at that time.
Okay. One of the things I also like to find out from politicians also is, everybody has someone who they look up to, right, in the same field. So for you, I would like to, well, this is for not local ones as yet, for international politicians. I would like 2 international politicians, both alive and 2 dead, that you see as iconic.
Well, Fidel Castro would definitely be one of them, and you also would admire Nelson Mandela.
Okay.
You know, I mean, Fidel Castro actually was more than a son of the soil who saw that there was a need for his people to move forward, and actually would have know that he would have to do it by any means necessary. I mean, Nelson Mandela had a lifelong passion to move his people from a certain level of suppression, of oppression, and to move his people to a rightful status of their own self-rule. You know, so those two, looking at the obstacles that faced, because both were imprisoned.
Yes.
Both were in prison, faced torture and all these sort of things, and then still persevered to end up leading the nation to a state where they can be proud of giving them their own self-governance and moving forward.
All right. And same international ones, but 2 are still alive right now.
International politicians that are alive now.
That you say that you see as iconic.
They're not necessarily have to be in office now.
No.
Well, you know, definitely in terms of the international stage, Barack Obama, and you would also look at, going over to even, can't come to mind right now, even in Ethiopia now, the present leader in Ethiopia right now, when you look on the advancement of the Ethiopian economy. Once upon a time, Ethiopia used to look like a dust bowl and people out of whack. But Addis Ababa right now is a pearl of modernity in Africa. What the transformation has been with Africa through agriculture, through technology, even engineering, because they're building that new dam, the Blue Nile Dam, that they say would bring hydroelectricity and all these different form of power outlet and commerce into Africa right now. Africa is being transformed.
Okay. Well, now we go on to local ones, both dead and alive.
In terms of dead politicians who are definitely inspiring locally, Michael Manley, definitely, and I will go even further and even say Norman Manley. 2 different era. One brought the ideology.
The ideology,
The other one actually into practical terms. When you look on how Jamaica society was in the colonial, post-colonial times, we were still under bondage. Even you being a free black man living in Jamaica, that didn't entitle you to vote. So bringing about adult suffrage, where once you are an adult, you had the right to make a decision that would affect your country directly. And bringing that about and help tearing down certain barriers and class, and bringing about a education standard that would lift. Because, you know, prior to the common entrance, when a child went to primary school, if your parents weren't of a certain social or educational background, primary school would finish for you at 12 or 13.
School was finished for you?
School was finished for you. And then now, for them to bring out common entrance, where every child would go on to get a secondary high school education to further himself, you know, that vision that says that education is the key started from then. So those are 2 politicians who I would say that I would have admired.
2 living?
2 living politicians, P.J. Patterson, the tenacity that he brought, and to bring a playing field that was leveled. I mean, telecommunications, at that time, I remember in the 80s, you couldn't just jump up and say you afford a car. So the car market was deregulated.
Well, he participated in the deregulation of it.
Yes, so I would say P.J. Patterson, our next living politician now, Peter Phillips.
Okay.
If you look the different ministries that he had worked, Road and Works, him change up halfway tree, brought about the GUTC, and was able to bring a certain level of standard of health into the hospitals, that not because you're not going to a private hospital, you can go to a hospital and get certain amenities, yes.
Okay. All right, we're going to go for a quick break. When we're back, ask you some more questions. Hi viewers, my name is Ian Bennett and I'm the host of In the Hot Seat. If you like the video you just saw and would like to see more of the same type of video, please click the subscribe button and the like button as we produce videos every Wednesday. Thank you.